Hi. You talked about sort of getting used to being Manchester United manager, and yet on your first day, your first game, you've had an apology from Ed Sheeran. How to sort of show how different and weird it is being Manchester United manager.
Yes.
So we'll get to the new boss in just a second, but just remember, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and put your thoughts in the comments. Is anything that I am saying on this video after this clip nonsense, or am I telling the truth? Or do I have some great insight into the game? Probably not. Who knows? I think I do. But what do you think? I want to know what you think. So put your thoughts in the comments. Now, while you're watching this little clip from Ruben Amorim, I want you to ask yourself, what is the best team Ruben Amorim can pick that will best suit the system that he wants to play? And I am going to give my thoughts on that after Ruben's clip. Anyway, here's Ruben.
Hi. You talked about sort of getting used to being Manchester United manager, and yet on your first day, your first game, you've had an apology from Ed Sheeran. How to sort of show how different and weird it is being Manchester United manager.
Yeah, especially in Portugal. Here you are used to see that, but in Portugal is so different. I think you sometimes overcomplicate things. Was nothing. Was a simple question or say hello to one of the commentators. You call it commentators. So for me, it was nothing. I just was thinking about the game. And I was with Roy Keane. Roy Keane is a real star in that panel. So so for me, it was really, really okay. It was nothing special.
Ruben, this club hasn't really had a recognised, consistent goal scorer maybe since Zlatan or Lukaku. Do you see that's what this club needs? Because you left two strikers on the bench on Sunday, you played Marcus up front. It's got a lack of goals. Is that the major concern?
No, of course, there is a concern in that, but I think we have to improve as a team because we have quality players that can score so many goals. But you can feel it in the second half. We controlled the possession of the ball, but we were not dangerous. Maybe because we spent the week trying to work on build-up, and then the rest was not worked. So we will try to improve as a team, and Rasmus and Josh and Rash will score more goals. Even Bruno has to score more goals. Ahmad has to be better near the goal. All these guys need to improve, and we can score so many goals. We don't need to. You are trying to. If I need a new striker to score goals, we need to improve as a team, and these players can score more goals.
Marcus scored 32 seasons ago, which was his career best, and he's slid since then. He's not even in the England setup. Can you see something in him that you can get him back to those levels?
Yeah, I will try to help him. That position is not the best one for him, especially in the game like that. We have to kick with high pressure. We have to kick the ball so many times, and he was like fighting with two giants. So we'll try to find the right solution for him as for the other players. But he has to be Marcus first of all to try to return to that moment. And then he will have the help of all the staff with all the club and all the fans, because he's a Manchester United boy. But he has to be the first one to really, really want it.
I love the fact that Ruben Amorim has just paid tribute there to our legendary captain, Roy Keane. I mean, you know, I've criticised Roy a little bit as a pundit on this channel, saying that he's the big bad wolf and all of this, and he's a bit harsh when he criticises some of the United players in particular. But I still love Roy Keane. I mean, he was an absolutely phenomenal player, and I just love the fact that Ruben Amorim has just sort of slyly give a little dig to Ed Sheeran there and paid tribute to Roy Keane. I think Roy Keane would probably raise an eyebrow, or shall I say, raise a smile at that. And I believe Ruben Amorim wants to take him out for dinner and have a little chat. I like that. I like that because the managers who have been the most successful since Alex Ferguson the ones who have been most successful are the ones that have embraced the culture of the club. Jose Mourinho did it. He was always inviting Fergie to come to the training ground and all this. Fergie made a point when he retired of not coming to the training ground. And I don't think David Moyes really wanted him there, to be honest. And I don't recall Louis van Gaal inviting him down too much as well. But Jose Mourinho made a point of saying, no, boss, you deserve to be in that training ground. Come whenever you want. And Solskjaer did the same thing as well. He used to bring Roy Keane to talk to the players in the dressing room, to give them like a little pep talk or something like that. He'd invite some of the other players. I can't remember who at this particular point, but he was very active in making sure the legacy of the football club carried on to this new era. And I think Erik ten Hag did. I think he used to go for dinner with Fergie from time to time. I'm not sure. But those are the three most successful managers since Fergie. So Mourinho, he won some trophies. Ollie was very consistent in the league, and it was probably the most entertaining United have been since Fergie. He got to a European final, finished second and third. So despite what the naysayers say, yeah, there's a little bit of a tongue twister. Anyway, that's what Ollie did. He was class. And then Ten Hag, to be fair, I mean, he was a cup manager. He won a couple of cups, fair enough. And he comes second in his first season. But yeah, the point is, I like the fact that Ruben Amorim is, he doesn't seem to be intimidated by the legends of United. And I really, really like that. Regarding the sort of Ed Sheeran thing, I mean, Ed Sheeran came out and said, "Oh, I didn't realise there were, it was a panel and they were having a show." Oh, really, Ed? So you didn't see the cameras? You didn't see them, all three of them, standing there talking to the camera with the microphones? Aye, all right, pal. He was probably pissed as a fart anyway when he came over and had a little chat with Jamie Redknapp. But yeah, Ruben Amorim saying that Roy Keane was the real star. Yeah, that put a smile on my face. But yeah, I mean, I watched the game the other day, yesterday even, against Bodo Glimt, won 3-2. A little bit of a fright when it was 2-1 to them. But we seemed to play some really nice football, and it was quite attacking. And I mean, Rasmus Højlund, what a player he is, and he just seems to be getting better and better. He took his goal well. I think it was his first goal, where the ball got crossed into him, and he controlled it in mid-air with a touch that Paul Scholes would have been impressed with, and then he just volleyed it in the net. That was fantastic, considering he's an absolute beast of a player. He's a big lump, but he's got such a gentle touch with his feet. I mean, and he's fast as well. I mean, he's a bit of a unicorn. He's certainly a racehorse, I tell you. And if we could just get a run, a consistent run with the right players in the right positions, and these players just get a little bit of momentum, and then he just gets a few games under his belt up front, he'll hit double figures, no problem. But yeah, so he played really well, I thought, and I kind of liked Bruno Fernandes playing in central midfield, because that allowed him to dictate the game. So that was nice to see. The Anthony situation, he played Anthony wing back. I mean, I don't know about that, because it was the same with Diallo. I mean, I'm sure he'll be able to do something going forward, and I'm telling you now, I don't think Anthony is anywhere near as bad as what people make out. He's just a meme at the moment, and there's been loads of United players, when they have a run of bad form, they get turned into memes. Harry Maguire was one, but he worked his way back into form, and he earned everyone's respect when he was rubbish for a little bit. David De Gea was another as well, but let's be honest, David De Gea was a legend. Ten Hag, well, yeah, unfortunately he wasn't able to redeem himself. But I think Anthony just needs to get fit and have a little run of games in one of the front three, I think that's his best position, because if you're going to play wing back, you need to be able to track back and you need to be able to tackle. It's as simple as that. And plus, he's left-footed, so what's he doing playing right wing back as a left footer? That's no good. It's no good. It's no good. But it was nice to see actual left-sided wing backs playing at wing back. That was really nice to see, and it's really nice that we've actually got some fit fullbacks now. In fact, we've got a clean bill of health at fullback, which is fantastic. And I thought they played quite well, all things considered. We had Malacia start. Did Luke Shaw come on? I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah, he came on, but I think they played him at centre back. I think at one point we didn't have any central defenders playing in defence. I got a little bit confused towards the end there, but hey ho, we got the win. That's fine. But I think having the right wing backs playing in wing back position adds the required width to that team. Which brings me to the point of this video. And the point of this video is to give my opinion of what Manchester United's full strength team should be. Okay, all being well and everyone fit. Okay, here goes. Andre Onana in defence. I'm going to start that one again. Andre Onana in goal. 3 central defenders. Well, it's got to be Matthijs de Ligt. I want to put Mazraoui there. I don't want to put Yoro there at the moment because he's still young. He's still working his way back to fitness, and we're not sure if he's going to hit the ground running yet. He's a bit of an unknown quantity. A young player bought for big money from a lower league. So let's just bleed him in first before we start slotting him in the best ofs and all of that kind of thing. And Mazraoui has played really, really well so far this season. He's got to be the bargain of the season, easily. So I'm going to put him in at right centre-back. And plus we need a little bit of pace in the centre of the centre-backs. Anyway, so yeah, put Mazraoui there alongside De Ligt. And to the side, well, it's a no-brainer. It's Martinez. Of course it is. No explanation necessary. Luke Shaw, left wing back. Simple as that. Right wing back needs to be Dalot. He's good enough in defence to play wing back, and he's good enough going forward. He can deliver a ball well. He's skillful. Right wing back suits him down to the ground. He's not really a good full back necessarily. He is a quintessential wing back, and I think of all the people that we've got, I think he's certainly one of them that should benefit the most out of all of the players that will benefit the most from this new 3-4-3 system. 2 central defenders, 2 central midfielders. Well, Ugarte has got to be one of them. He's got to be. He's just got to be. That's it. You need a defence-minded central midfielder in that position. So it's got to be him. Casemiro, I don't think has the legs anymore to play that role on his own. He's going to need to play alongside Ugarte if he's going to start more games. But I think it's looking like it's going to be Bruno, because Bruno's our best midfielder. As much as I love Bruno in the number 10 position, I think he'd really thrive there. In a number 8 position, I suppose is what you can call it there. So Ugarte and Bruno in central midfield dictate and play there. Bruno can always move forward, and Martinez can fill in. De Ligt can also fill in. That's fine. Ugarte can cover him in defence if he's bombing forward to support the attackers. That's fine. Give him a little bit of free rein there. So I think Bruno Fernandes will play really well there, to be perfectly honest. 2 number 10s. Well, I don't want to see Marcus Rashford start. Don't want to see him start. I think he's got a lot of work to do before he works his way back into that side. I don't think he suits number 10. He's an inside forward from the left, and we're not playing that system anymore. So I don't know where Marcus Rashford's going to fit. Even Garnacho, I mean, he might not necessarily suit this system. It depends how well he can adapt. But I'll pick Garnacho over Marcus Rashford and stick him in one of the number 10s. Because he's got something to prove. Garnacho has something to prove. And he's still young as well. And also, as well, let's say he played Mason Mount in the other number 10 position. Just for the record, Rasmus Højlund is going to be the number 9 because he's just class. And that goal that he scored last night just cemented that. You could adjust it so that you've got Rasmus Højlund and Garnacho up front, with 2 up front. And Mason Mount can be sort of a number 10, so it's almost 3-4-1-2. Almost, you know. And if Bruno Fernandes pushes forward, he could be 3-3-2-2, you know, in transitions and things like that. So, I think it's going to be Garnacho for me. Certainly one of those 3 forward positions. So it's Højlund, Garnacho. I am not entirely sold on Diallo just yet. I think that other position is up for grabs. Yes, because what you could have is you could have Casemiro playing in midfield. You could put Bruno there, and if Bruno's going to be playing in midfield, you could either have Diallo, you could have Anthony there, you could also have Mason Mount there. I would like to see Anthony given a run of games in that position, just to see if it'll work. Because I think everyone deserves a fresh start under the new manager, but we shall soon see. But as it stands, I want to say Mason Mount, but he's a sick note, so if he's fit, give him a run of games. I'll say Mason Mount. If he's fit, give him a run of games. So we'll have Mount, Garnacho, and Rasmus Højlund. But there's also Xerxes as well, and I think Xerxes would do well in a deep lying forward role, which that basically is. So that second number 10 position is up for grabs, but I'm going to go with Mason Mount. So in conclusion, it's going to be Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Ugarte, Bruno, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Garnacho, and Rasmus Højlund. But that is my opinion, mine and mine alone. Do you agree? I don't know. Please tell me in the comments. If you think I am talking rubbish, fine, I can take it on the chin. I am a big boy. No comment. Anyway, but if you've got a comment, put it in the comments. Tell me I'm talking crap. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I've got the match on Sunday, and if I don't think of a new video to post, I will post after that. Ciao for now.